You know, one doesn't wake up and decide to crash out. Nah, they have to go through years of violence, ignorance, and just downright belligerence. They just keep pushing and pushing, and that's when the gloves are off. That's when we go 100%. And there's no better example of a justified crash out than Phoenix Ikki from Saint Seiya. Now, long story short, for an old ass anime, Saints are these warriors who wear these pieces of armor called cloths and harness this energy called Cosmo to perform superhuman feats, such as interpretive dance. Because a regular human would have died from embarrassment. Now this big bucks Brody named Kido decides that he needs to select a group of saints who will protect the world from an upcoming evil. So what does he do? Does he recruit military personnel or martial artists like a normal person? No. He decides, let me take young orphans to my mansion, separate them from their siblings if they're not on my list, and subject them to dangerous and painful training in order to become the Power Rangers, because kids. Now it's already bad enough that CPS dropped the ball when it came to letting this guy do whatever he wanted with these kids, but he has this guy in his employ. This guy was low-key getting off at these kids suffering. Let me explain. So the kids are basically randomly selected to go to a different region to train for their clots, like the main character Seiya getting grease. Now Ikki's brother Shun draws, I kid you not, Death Queen Island. And you know what Butler's reaction to this sad little boy choosing this place was? Like, he just says, tough luck, bro. No one ever comes back from that island alive. And even if they did, they couldn't afford therapy. LOL, suck it, nerd. Now Ikki, being the Chad big bro that he is gonna take this disrespect and says, no, I'll go instead, and I'll come back alive. Now Butler brushes him off, but Kido, doing one of the only good things in his godforsaken life, tells him, let Ikki take a crack at it. I want to see how this plays out. Now everything should be well and good, right? Wrong. On the ship taking Ikki to Death Queen Island, Butler gets possessed by the spirit of a slave owner and starts beating the absolute crap out of this little boy like his name was Kunta Kinte. Bro was blubbering, how dare you make me look bad in front of the boss? Like, bro, you don't even do anything. Why are you even here? You serve zero purpose. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. So Ikki spends years in the Gotham City that is Death Queen Island, and Ikki's master, Guilty, puts him through hell trying to instill the unholy word, violence, ignorance, belligerence. Those are what create the crash out, and I will make you into one, you worthless maggot. Essentially, Guilty is trying to make Ikki go to the dark side, and Ikki's sanity is hanging on by a thread. The only saving grace is the comfort of Guilty's daughter, Esmeralda, who Ikki was drawn to due to her appearance, which bore a striking resemblance to Shun, his brother. Moving on. So Guilty Gear over here continues egging Ikki on while Esmeralda watches. Ikki gets close to killing his bastard of a master, but holds back, still attempting to retain his humanity. However, when Guilty goes for a sucker punch, Esmeralda gets hit and dies. Yeah, that's right, I GUN'd your Maria, all because you refused to crash out. What you gonna do about her now, huh? Violence, ignorance, belligerence. You've done it, my boy. Time to go past 100. So Ikki finally decides to take revenge of the world. He takes control of the Black Saints and crashes the Galaxian Wars. The Galaxian Wars is a tournament hosted by Kido's granddaughter, Sayori, where the now grown-up Saints duke it out to win the Sagittarius cloth. And can I just say, this tournament is stupid. She's making these guys fight with their armor that could do serious damage to them. For God's sake, the Dragon Saint nearly died when his heart stopped. Did this girl really think it was a good idea to risk killing the Earth Protection Force for a pay-per-view? She's just as bad as our pappy. Also, why are you still here? So Ikki crashes the party, steals the Sagittarius, cancels Kido Industries on Twitter, doesn't kill the butler for whatever reason, and dips. So Sayori goes up to the Saints and is like, yeah, I know we basically created the Green Ranger and I will never apologize for the things I, my grandfather, or the butler have done to you. Can you go beat him up because I'm apparently the reincarnation of Athena, which means I'm on the right side of history? So the Saints go, okay, head to like, I don't know, the Grand Canyon or something like that. So they do the boss rush. They kill all the Black Saints and then fight Ikki. And because
this man isn't black,
he ends up surviving the fight. And Ikki, he isn't taking this too well. Like, he is fuming. He's like, this isn't over, and begins to show his final form. He just ends up turning good. Like, that's all it took. Just another ass whooping. Now, I haven't finished watching this show. I stopped when the gang were raiding the Catholic Church to go beat up the Pope. But I just have one question I want to know. Does anyone learn their lesson? It feels like the moral implications of the Saint's creation are just swept under the rug. No one ever takes responsibility for how messed up the Kido Foundation is. Hell, Seiya brings up the fact that he couldn't reunite with his sister because of Sayori's nonsense only once, and then he just goes, I gotta fight for justice and peace and all that, for like 50 more episodes. Ikki did nothing wrong. Okay, I wouldn't say nothing. I think taking over the world is a little extreme, but still, he was right to put the Kido Foundation on blast for all their nonsense. It was completely justified. And why is the butler still alive? My boy Ikki was free. Like, he was free as a seagull. Free as a flock of seagulls, no less. And he ran so far away from that bullcrap. But no, he just got dragged back into it. And now it's a tool for the Kido Foundation. I guess no matter how far he ran away, he couldn't get the away. Saint Seiya, Shoen wa mina. Saint Seiya, Ashita no sha. Oh yeah.